With a lifespan that runs from 2009 to 2024, the Ram 1500 has become a very popular truck. We're going to take a look at the average Canadian prices, what the trouble spots are, and which model might be best for you. When Ram completed its ground-up redesign of its half-ton truck in 2009, the company realised a substantial sales uptick. Sales figures averaged around 80,000 units a year. For 2024, Ram stopped production of the Classic, leaving the new model to shoulder the demand for its light trucks. The 2009 to 2024 Ram truck, codenamed DS, rose to fame as the 1500 Classic when the next generation DT truck was launched in 2019. The plan was to manufacture the DS as a lower cost alternative to the new pickup. Driving.ca tested the 2009 Ram 1500 when new and found it to be a massive improvement over the previous generation truck. This time around it debuted with an innovative 5-link coil spring rear suspension in place of the typical leaf spring arrangement. Back then I noted the new rear suspension managed to deliver the desired hauling capacity without sacrificing the ride comfort or handling when the truck was empty. The coil springs were also better at quelling rough roads, and the feel and feedback from the steering was precise. The driving team also liked features like the available Ram box storage boxes, fold-away bed extender and bed tie-down cleats. The Hemi V8, well, it was reworked to produce more power while being 5% more fuel efficient than the previous engine. Throughout its tenure, the 1500 Classic used a variety of engines ranging from a 3.6-litre V6, a 4.7-litre V8 to the 5.7-litre Hemi V8 and a 3-litre Eco Diesel. Transmission choices were either a 6-speed or 8-speed automatic, and of course 4-wheel drive was a very popular option. The cab configurations were a regular 2-door, quad cab 4-door and crew or mega cab 4-doors. The crew cab and mega cab had full width rear doors and considerably more rear seat legroom. The Ram was available with a short 5'7" box, a 6'4" box and a long 8-foot box. It should be noted that not every year and every cab configuration was offered with all box lengths. The overall majority of 4-doors sold were quad cabs. This configuration provided adequate room for the rear seat passengers and a manageable overall length which helped manoeuvrability. Trim levels range from the entry-level tradesman to the fully loaded Longhorn. No matter which trim, the body and underpinnings were mostly the same. The higher level trims brought better infotainment systems and driving conveniences such as parking sensors and collision avoidance systems. Given the Ram's long tenure and the number of choices, a wide price range is to be expected. Now the good news in all of this is there's a truck for just about every budget. Canadian market values for the earlier entry-level models range from $2,500 in rough shape to $3,600 in average condition and as much as $7,750 for a clean truck. Average mid-range examples run from $8,000 for rough and $18,300 for average to $27,000 for a clean example. Newer higher trim Ram Classics can be found for $30,000 in roughneck, $35,950 for average and $44,100 for a clean example. Loaded top trims with low mileage can stretch further up the price ladder. Ram won numerous awards from a variety of industry watchers for its interiors, and they were well deserved. Controls are well laid out, visibility is above average, and driving comfort and quietness is on par with some premium SUVs and a few sedans. Entry into the cab on a 4-wheel drive model required some effort, so running boards or side steps are a good idea. Storage bins are plentiful and seat support is good enough to keep the aches and pains away from a long distance drive. With the right equipment aboard, a Ram 1500 Classic can tow up to £10,000. It's very easy to forget you're driving a full-size 4-wheel drive truck when you're behind the wheel. It's responsive and the oversized door mirrors make blind spots all but non-existent. Testing the 2009 Ram, I found the interior to be much improved over the previous generation. Not only does the layout take a massive step forward, the awful plastics that marred the previous truck's interior had gone in favour of soft-touch materials that were richly textured. I also like the wealth of features in the top trim Laramie tester. It included a 9-speaker stereo, power adjustable pedals and a 115-volt outlet. One quirky thing of the past was the ability to store and play 30 gig of the owner's favourite music. Now the 5.7 Hemi has had its problems. If you're going to check out a potential unit, make sure you call the seller and tell them you want a cold start from the truck. When you get to the thing, pop the hood, feel the heater hoses or the upper rad hose to make sure they haven't started it, and run it. If it has been run, you either walk away or wait for it to cool. These engines are known for exhaust manifold leaks and some valve train issues that show up as a light ticking noise when the engine is started from cold. If you hear any ticking or clacking, it's wise to walk away unless the seller agrees to fix the problem. The 3.6 litre Pentastar V6 also had its share of valve train problems. Following the same cold start process is a good idea to ensure you won't be stuck replacing the lifters, rocker arms or camshafts. The 3 litre V6 Eco Diesel's cost of repairs and maintenance took a lot of owners by surprise. An oil change can run $250 and up. Simply put, the parts costs are more in line with European diesels than something from a domestic. Crankshaft failures are also a costly and known issue. The Eco Diesels also ran a complex emission system that used AdBlue injection to clean up the NOx emissions, as well as a particulate filter. The latter is known to clog if the self-cleaning function is not working properly. Yes, this engine does deliver much better fuel economy than its gasoline counterpart, but maintenance and repair costs can quickly eliminate that advantage. Up until 2018, Ram designers put the module for the keyless entry and ignition systems on the inside of the back wall of the cab. The problem is, if the sliding window was left open and rainwater got in, it corroded the connections on the module, which could lead to a no-start condition. It's wise to check the back wall of the cab for signs of water damage before buying. Likewise, if you don't believe in changing the transmission fluid and filter regularly, stay away from the 8-speed automatic. The pan, filter and fluid will run you over $900. The other problem, the limited number of internal parts listed by Ram, mean that a total replacement is necessary for some failures. The air suspension is another feature to avoid. Few have ever designed a system capable of withstanding our Canadian climate. The cost of repairing these systems is high enough, some aftermarket companies are selling suspension kits to replace the air suspension with traditional components. Consumer Reports gave the 2009 Ram a dismal score of 25 out of 100. It did get progressively better, with the 2019 Ram Classic scoring 57 out of 100. Now, if it's well maintained and not abused, you can expect a Ram 1500 Classic to run roughly 10 years or 250,000 kilometers without issue. You see, the problem with shopping for a used truck is how it was treated during its life. Was it a personal commuter vehicle or a workhorse? This makes a thorough inspection a must. It also pays to check for any recalls on any prospective purchase. The best choice is a quad cab with a 6'4" box and 5.7 litre Hemi V8 driving all four wheels through a 6-speed automatic transmission. The large number of these units on the road mean there are lots of choices in the used market. Overall, the Ram 1500 is a compelling used purchase. Its long production life means its quirks are well known. Pay close attention to the cold start issues and service the 8-speed automatic, and there are some good buys out there to be had. Finally, we'd avoid the diesel because of those high maintenance costs. So there you have it, all the information you need to make an informed used buy. Now, if you want more in-depth information, check out our car and truck used buyer's guides. For Driving.ca, I'm Graham Fletcher.